Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Don't Say a Word, starring Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy. So what this movie is basically about, it's a heist slash drama slash kidnapping movie with Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy, and Michael Douglas plays a psychologist and Brittany Murphy is a mental patient. And apparently Brittany Murphy's character knows something that and she's like guarding with her life and is purposefully being institutionalized for like 10 years, and Michael Douglas is trying to figure out what she's protecting, and that's the movie. And Michael Douglas's only motivation for going through this is because some people kidnapped his daughter. Now just look at the cover. Just look at the cover. What is this? It looks like a horror movie, for crying out loud. This looks like a horror movie, and that's what I was expecting. But then you take it out of the slipcover. It looks nothing like this thing. And it looks like just a basic early 2000s movie. And that's what I got. Now, this movie, I don't hate it. The first 10-15 minutes are pretty good, but after that the movie kind of just gets dull and nothing really interesting happens, and I was not invested in the characters. I didn't particularly care about what was happening. I liked some elements in the movie. There are character moments that I liked. I think Brittany Murphy is the best part of the movie, and she's really good. I do have some problems with her character, and I'll get into that in a minute. But overall, I think she was good. Michael Douglas is really good in this movie. Aside from those two performances, I thought everyone else was either fine or less than fine. Starting off with my negatives, this movie is kind of tone deaf. This movie jumps all over the place within the first 20 minutes. The opening scene is a heist movie, then it goes into like this introducing the two main characters in the movie, the two main leads that I just mentioned, and then it turns into a kidnapping movie, and then it turns into a thriller, and there are some parts where the music is acting like a horror movie for no reason at all, and that got really annoying, and I just didn't care about what was happening. I'm gonna get into Brittany Murphy's character. I liked what they did with her character, and she basically is pretending to act crazy so she can stay institutionalized, and when she's institutionalized she feels safe. I like that, but my problem with that is that the movie doesn't really show you that all that much. There's like two scenes where this character is acting kind of crazy, and then after that she's fine. She's just a normal person, which is kind of introverted and doesn't really... She just feels like an introverted character to me, honestly. There isn't much to her character, and her character's kind of weak. Michael Douglas's character, he has motivations for what he's doing. I'm just not invested in his character, though, because his character as a standalone character, I don't care about. This movie is told from 5 perspectives. 5. And it does get exhausting after a while. And some of them don't even need to be there, honestly. If there's a detective in this movie and her character is pointless. She does nothing. She uncovers what we already know, and it's just... She's a pointless character. If you removed her character entirely, the movie would be no different. In fact, it would be better because the movie would be shorter and I wouldn't have to sit through this as much. And I might have given this movie 1 point higher if she wasn't in the movie at all. There's also a sense of urgency that's given to the main character, and he has to get this code, this like number out of Brittany Murphy's character by 5 o'clock, and he has 1 day to do it, and there's stakes in the movie from that. However, once we get to the end of the film, it's completely lost. There's like no stakes, because around at the last half hour to 45 minutes, that's where he starts making rules about what's going to happen, and it just doesn't work for me. And now I'm watching these scenes as if like there's no tension anymore, because he's in control of what's happening now, and he has an answer for everything, and there's just no tension throughout any of it. And I should also mention there are points in the movie where the music is trying to imply certain emotions or a certain tone that obviously is not going to happen. Like, for instance, there's a scene early on in the movie where Michael Douglas's daughter is like hiding in the apartment, and it's supposed to, my interpretation is that it's supposed to be like, oh, she's gonna pop out at any second and surprise him, but the music was implying as if something horrifying was about to happen. But no, she just pops out. It was like a false jump scare almost. I'm struggling to find everything that's wrong with it and what doesn't really work for me, because really, all I can say is that there were parts that were entertaining. That's like my only other positive for this movie. It's just painfully average, and that's not what I wanted from this movie. And that is literally all I have to say about Don't Say a Word. It's fine. Although I had a lot of negatives with this movie, it's fine. It's just my biggest problem with it is that I'm going to forget about it in like 2 hours from now. And I've forgotten a decent amount already from watching it today. And I'm going to give Don't Say a Word a 5 out of 10. There are parts that I liked, some moments where I was entertained, but overall I was kind of bored, and I'm not going to remember this movie because the movie didn't impact me in any way. So those are my thoughts on Don't Say a Word. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Don't Say a Word down below. And my social media links will be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up. And this is for a movie that I haven't seen in a long time, and I would like to revisit it. Hellboy from 2004. But until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.